Hello, my name is Judy Stafford, and today we are just wrapping up what has been an incredible day here in Nanaimo. We brought together over 50 different community partners from across the island for a day of food security. We talked about exactly all the initiatives that are going on right now already with the food security hubs. So there was presentations all morning that included just incredible visions of community gardens and fruit save projects and feeding children local food in lunches and many other programs around the island, all to do with increasing our consumption of local food, supporting our producers and our service providers in bringing healthier food to our communities from all different aspects. And then in the afternoon, different groups got together to really focus on what else can we do? How else can we improve our collaborations? How else can we partner? We spoke with many politicians and local government officials around what's happening up to the federal level, as well as right down to our local governments, and how can we work more closely together. So after the morning presentations, we were very lucky to have been served an amazing lunch that was provided at the Bethlehem Center, and we worked closely with the chefs to provide as much of a local food lunch as we could, and considering the time of year, they did an amazing job. After lunch, we broke into different groups, and everyone had a chance to rotate between the sessions. There was one session that was focused on policy and government. So there was representation from Vancouver Island Health Authority, but also our local MLA and other government officials were there to talk about what's happening at the provincial and federal level around food policy and what can we do as community members to influence the federal and local governmental policy.
So it's great to be here today and to hear from these other panelists that the voice of community has been important and has influenced policy as far as they see it.
There was another working group that was much more interactive and set up to generate creative ideas on what can we do, what other fun ways can we engage the community.
The idea of innovation, really it comes from collaborating groups of people and often unlikely partners, and I find in the food security movement and the people who've been here just wonderful conversations where pairing unlikely partners is a way to develop a creative response to the community. And the group just said, one of the things that we would do that would help us would be just to celebrate small steps up the ladder. I love that. Another idea was just how to collaboratively from many different places ask the city to plant nut trees in common places, or looking at building relationships first. If you're going to try and collaborate and have a conversation with someone, you need to have some kind of relationship, and that's one way to move forward, and that's probably the only way to innovate on complex issues like food security.
And then there was another session that was other groups providing presentations around farm to community and a local food co-op, as well as the Indigenous Food Network. And then after the presentations, in order to kind of round up the day and bring people together, we went into different working groups based on region. So that actually was an amazing time, because even in the Cowichan region, people came to the table who didn't know each other. So there was a real time to meet people that were doing incredible work. We heard about a mobile food van that we didn't even know about, and so people came together to talk about the initiatives that they were doing right in their own communities, and maybe they hadn't even necessarily met each other. So that has basically really been an incubus for these communities now to continue coming together and to continuing having dialogue and sharing ideas and figuring out different ways that we can all work together and be more efficient. As one of the outcomes of this conference, what we're really looking forward to and what we know is going to happen is that everyone's really much more connected with each other, not only in their own communities but across the island. And everyone's inspired to collect again in their groups and in their communities to really bring the work down at the ground level. That's really where the work happens. Yes, we need policy, yes, we need buy-in and funders, but we also need education, we need collaboration, and we need communities to come together and really solve the problems of food security right in our own communities at the grassroots level. That's where the real exciting work happens, and that's what we really feel is going to be much more energized as a result of this day that we've all been able to spend together.